Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. Here we're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading lower by about 4.5 points right now to 1,758.5 per contract. So little dip in the futures. You can see that began really around 3 o'clock in the morning. That coincides with the European Open. So again, Europe coming under some problems today. We're seeing really most of the European index is lower to start the day. The German DAX is down about 0.5%. The CAC 40, which is France, down about 0.75%. And Spain and Italy are both down a little over 1% at the moment. We do have the FTSE 100 down about 0.5% at the moment, but they can print their own money, so they're a little bit separate from the European markets. But nonetheless, Europe is down across the board to start the day. It looks like there are some chatter that European growth is really not what everybody expects. Also, it looks like they may not meet their growth forecast. It looks like growth coming in maybe at 1.4% in 2014. So, again, I'm not sure how much we can make out of this, but nonetheless, it is causing the market to come under a little bit of distribution. Now today, a little bit later in the session, I should say this morning, we're going to have, I believe, 2 Fed governors from the Federal Reserve speaking today. So you want to be aware of that. Again, there were about 3 yesterday. 2 more are out today on the stomping ground. I'm not sure what they're going to refer to, but nonetheless, it is always important to note that they're going to try to talk the markets up a little bit. And I have no idea really what they're going to say, but I don't think they're going to say anything negative. Now, looking at a few stocks out here, want to take a look at CVS, Caremark. This is the drugstore. Most of you know it, so a little bit of a spike up. I think they reported earnings this morning. Again, be a little bit careful here around the 63.5 level. I don't know if there's a lot more upside in the stock, but it will make for some intraday trading. So you do want to keep this one on watch today, because if you're a scalper or a day trader, there could be some opportunities there. Another stock today that came out with some news was the AOL, America Online. Again, this one is up, but I don't think the news was all that great. I think the upside is very, very limited here. I don't see the stock really getting much above 41, so do not chase this up here if you're a trader. In fact, we'd actually start to look for levels to fade this name. Looking at some other stocks out here, you do have another stock that reported earnings today. I believe it was T-Mobile. So good pop for T-Mobile initially up to around 30.50. This stock has a lot of resistance up here at 30.50. You can see it has already started to fade a little bit down to around the $29 level. But I would not chase this one either, even though it is up ahead of the opening bell. So again, all of these stocks mentioned today are getting very, very extended on the charts. That's something you always want to take note of going forward. We do have some gap plays that will be posted as well. They'll be posted up around 9 o'clock in the morning in the intraday stock chat trading room. So anybody wants the gap plays, we should have about 4 gap plays this morning, four decent ones. So come on over to the chat room. That'll be posted up right around 9 o'clock in the morning. There will be some economic data out today. I believe ISM is going to be reported at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if that's going to be a big mover, but very often we see a pivotal shift in the market right around 10 o'clock in the morning. So you always want to be aware of that first 30 minutes of the trading day. Right around 10 o'clock, you do get hit with news, and it usually causes a shift or a pivot in the market. You see that almost every single trading day. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not sure it's going to be a big market mover, but nonetheless, we'll see where it goes. Just looking over a few other things out here, and there are a few stocks out here that are moving. One is Leapfrog. Again, these are smaller names, so you got to be a little bit careful with these. I don't really love to do the gap plays on these, but I think traders should know about it. So you got Leapfrog. You got, I believe, and that ticker symbol is LF, and you'll see it here. So this one had a pretty good sell-off, but again, it's only a $7, $8 stock, so you want to be a little bit careful with it. There was another stock that I did see today that caught a pretty good bid on the back of some news with Apple. I think that's GT Advanced Technologies. So it looks like they signed a deal with Apple, and that ticker symbol on that one is GTAT, and you'll see that one's catching a bid higher as well. I suppose it may have a little bit more to go, but watch this stock around the $11.81 level. If it gets there, that should be a very, very good resistance level on GTAT. I'm not sure if it gets up there, but if it does, that should be an excellent resistance point for the stock, $11.81. So a potential fade opportunity for you day traders that are out there. Let's take a look at oil this morning. Light sweet crude is what the crude we use here in the United States, down 22 cents, so not down all that much. We'll take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, and you'll see that's trading at 34.05 this morning. Also, when we look at gold this morning, gold futures right now are trading up just $1.50, not a big move. Basically, a pretty flat day for both oil and gold. But if you take a look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for gold, you'll see this is trading at 127.04, closed at 126.81, so kind of reflecting that dollar bounce that is in gold futures. And by the way, gold futures, just so you know, are trading at 13.16 an ounce, 13.1625, somewhere in that vicinity. So again, we're not looking at too much activity ahead of the opening bell in gold or in oil. And we'll just take it as it comes. Today should be a little bit better in volume than yesterday. Yesterday's trading volume was extremely light. We become accustomed to seeing that on a Monday, but today the trading volume should be a bit better overall, so we should get a little bit more activity. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave that here short and sweet, and I will see everybody on the charts a bit later. Have a great day, everybody.